So I put together a list of my top favorite Nickelodeon All-Star characters from the current roster, and I'm definitely gonna say some things about Garfield because I'm putting him in it as well. Even, not because he's new, but he has some great moves and a good moveset. And whoever, I'm just saying this now, whoever doesn't make it to my favorite characters list, and whoever's not in the list, I was gonna say whichever game is not in the list in this game doesn't mean that they're a bad character. There's no such thing as a worst character in Nickelodeon All Stars because it all depends upon the player and who they choose to play. Maybe you have a favorite cartoon or a favorite show out of all shows that you watch from the Nickelodeon era. And there's so many missing characters that deserve to be in this game from the current roster. Why isn't Timmy and Jimmy not part of the current rest of the roster? It's beyond me. Now, something I want to just mention before I get started and just start talking about some of these characters. I do like the alternate costumes. I'm glad that they're free. I'm glad that they included them. But just looking at them, like this one looks pretty good. This with the Christmas spirit for the holiday cheer. I just wish they had some of these characters had more besides just a hat. Like just for Aang, for example, I wish they had more skin variations and different things. These are just colors. This is just green. But they have significance because they reference an episode. They reference particular things that have particular episodes from those TV shows, like SpongeBob with his drinking hat and stuff like that. But they look good. They still look good, and they're free, so you can't argue with that. But I just wish there was so much more in the game. But now that I finally played as every single character in the game, as of the day that from December 9th when Garfield came out, I can be able to talk about some of these characters and just give my opinion. I don't have to talk about every single character, but I'm just gonna start it now with some of my favorites that I play with the most. And if you guys want to, you guys can get into the comments and talk about maybe some of your top favorite characters, top tier, maybe the ones that you like to see, even characters that you don't see in the game that you think will possibly make it into the game, being a good character for some potential move ideas and stages. And I'm just gonna start. I just have 10 characters that I put together in my list that I'm gonna put in the description. It's no in particular order, so I'm not doing like a tier list because I'm not a competitive player. I just have fun playing the game and enjoy it because I wouldn't really know all the different things of what everybody's capable of, who could be able to edge guard the best edge guarding sort of techniques and stuff like that to really stay on your opponent, confuse them, and keep them guessing and stuff like that. But these are just characters that I enjoyed the most from my experience. And I'm just starting with Leonardo, as you can see on the screen. I think he's one of the best in the game. So whether you play competitively or you just for fun, I think he's one of the best. And just his move sets is pretty cool. Just with all his move sets that he can just combo with his sword for juggling, and then with his recovery, spinning, it makes me think of Link a little bit in a way. But it seems like he can always be able to get back into the stage some way, somehow, and just from his moves and just things that he can do. So I'm definitely gonna put him in my list. So I have 9 other different characters, so you guys can list yours if you want. And I don't know about anybody, how does everybody feel about Oblina? She's pretty good. I'm putting her in my list. I really enjoy playing as her, and just that spin, that roll that she does, it could be a good recovery move so say you get not far, you could just be able to try to roll back and then try to use the special to try to get back on the stage. But I think she's one of the best as well that I really liked playing in the most. And I just want to see more skins. Keep saying that. I just want to see more. I wish these characters could talk, but they can't. And even though he just came out, for number 3, I'm going for Garfield. He has some good moves. I also like the stage and just the different references with lasagna and him not liking Mondays and all. But he's so much fun to play, and just some good moves as well. It's just that I enjoy as well in the mix of. So I'm happy that they added him. I thought he was. I never really imagined Garfield being in this game, and it's such an old show that I remember watching back then. But I never would have imagined him being the first ever DLC character that they add. I'm curious to see who else it's gonna be in next, whether it's Shredder, Genie Wakeman, or somebody. They can get anybody from Nickelodeon universe to get added into this game. So Garfield is just the first of many, or at least I hope so, the first of many DLC characters. So I don't know how many characters they're gonna add into this game because he's the 21st. It's 21 characters in this game. So next I'm gonna go for the chosen one, the Avatar himself, Aang. He's pretty fun too, with his combos and all. But I just really enjoy playing as him as well. And some people probably say he's one of the best, along with Leonardo. I'm sure most people would say. But next after Aang, I like PTM. It's so much fun. I just laugh just doing the moves. Cause it makes that noise. I just like doing that. It's super fun to play. He almost makes me think of Captain Falcon in a way for some reason. But he's super fun to play, so I'm definitely gonna put Power Toastman as my 5th character. And then next, I was going on the left side. I'm going Catdog. Catdog. Y'all remember the intro? It's just so much fun to play. I think they're one of the best characters as well. I really like them. The stage is a little bit small, but they have some good little mix-ups. Cause Cat has his own moves, and then Dog has his own little moves. So it's like fighting 2 players, and you never know what you're gonna get when you face someone that's using Catdog in the fights. So I'm definitely gonna pick him. So he's number 6. And then next, I'm gonna go Spongebob. So it could be different because a lot of people like Spongebob. He's just one of my favorite TV shows. Still to this day, for Spongebob, I really like him. And I'm glad that they added this skin for his drinking hat. But he can have his Mermaid Man skin, or maybe, well, at least from what I was talking about and telling some of you guys, I like that episode with the Quitster, when they were all teaming up with Mermaid Man to take on Barnacle Boy when he went rogue to team up with Man Ray and the Dirty Bubble. I would like him to have his Quitster outfit. I wish they added that skin, but I don't know if they can. I'd rather have that skin over this. But this one is still pretty cool too, and one of the best episodes from the SpongeBob series. And then, since we're talking about SpongeBob, I'm gonna go with Patrick as well. I think he's one of the most underrated characters. I don't know if they changed him. He just has a cowboy hat. That's all he has. But I just wish he had something else. But I forgot his superhero name from that episode when he was with SpongeBob with Captain Magma. It was like he was Mr. Fantastic in a way, but he had a green outfit on. I wish he had that skin. But he's one of the most underrated, I think, in the game. And just his don't let him grab you. He's very close quarters, and I think he can really do some serious damage with Patrick. But he's so much fun to play with. And some of his moves seem goofy, using like a trophy and stuff like that. When people look at this game and see his moveset, ice cream, he was using the ice cream cone. I mean, of course, it's from the episodes for the references, but using stuff like that, hitting somebody with a trophy, hitting somebody with a telephone, and just things like that for his specials. As goofy as they are, they seem really dangerous and just very powerful. But my last 2, I'm going Ren and Stimpy. It's pretty fun. I think this was one of my first characters I played when I first got the game. I got the game late because I got the physical copy in comparison to everybody else. I didn't even know it was out. I was thinking it got delayed, but it was just the physical copies of the game that took a little bit longer. But Ren and Stimpy was one of my first character that I played in the training mode, and when I first got the game. They're really a lot of fun too to play. And then last but not least, why isn't Arnold in this game is beyond me, but I'll put Helga in the list. That slingshot is really strong too, because each time she hits you with the slingshot, it'll just knock you forward, and you can basically juggle your opponent and it opens up the window for more combos. See, I'm not much of a competitive player in these fighting games, but I think Helga could really be one of the most dangerous with Leonardo if used properly, and she has her own counter move, so you can counter projectiles. I believe, outside of just physical attacks. And then once you counter, you can start just wailing on your opponent. Helga is really strong, but over Arnold, I don't think so. But hopefully Arnold gets his rightful place in this game if it does happen. But if not, she's still a pretty good rep from the show for Hey Arnold. But I just wish just like I said, I wish they could talk. She could have like a taunt that "Move it, football head." Remember she said that? She said that in the show. That'd be awesome. But those are my top 10. But it's not really because of the tiers and stuff like that. It's just some of the people that I enjoyed the most. So just like I mentioned, went through Leonardo, Oblina, Garfield, Aang, PTM for Powdered Toast Man, Catdog, Spongebob, Ren Stimpy, Helga, and Patrick. So, not saying Zim isn't good, Toph, and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of people pick Toph, Korra, and stuff like that. Lincoln Loud's pretty good too that I like. I didn't play too much of Reptar, but I played all the characters. They all shine in their own way. Nigel's very unique. Just the animal noise when you clap his hands and making the mosquito noise. It's fun. But as much as I want to put Danny Phantom in here, as great as he is, it's just too many. It's too many great characters. But these are just the characters that I enjoy playing the most from my personal experience. Danny Phantom would definitely be in the list as well, but that'll go beyond 10 characters that I like playing the most. But he's still great anyway. But let me know some of your favorite characters in the current roster, and maybe it could be characters that you that cease to exist in this game. But this is something I wanted to really put together just to share, because there's not much to really get into now. The arcade mode's done. I might as well just go for trophies. There's not much going on as far as the game modes. So hopefully they bring more stuff for the updates and bring more to the roster. Because now that I play as Garfield, we're just lost in the shuffle and just being stuck, and just playing against the CPU. So I hope they add a little bit more. And they should update with the update. Why isn't Garfield on the screen? Just to wrap up. You don't even see him. Let's put him on the screen. Let's get him on the loading screen for the menu. As they expand more characters, they can get their rightful place on the loading screen. But that's going to be my favorite Nickelodeon All-Star characters from the current roster. But Garfield is definitely, even as the first DLC, he's definitely a godly character.